Okay, so back to school is just around the corner, a few weeks away. And in today's video, we're gonna talk about different ways you can save money with back to school supply shopping in 2020. As you know, things are a little strange right now with all that's happening around the world and where there's just so much uncertainty. Like, I have no idea if my kids are actually even going back to a physical school in the fall. So I'm gonna keep all of that in mind when talking about back to school shopping for this year. Also, deals and sales will vary depending on what city you're in, especially now with the pandemic. Some stores don't even have weekly ads online anymore, like Office Depot. And so instead of telling you, which deals to do specifically for back to school, I'm gonna give you the tools so you can look for the deals on your own and the different tips on how to maximize your savings when we're talking about back to school shopping. So here, I'm gonna talk about 15, I'm gonna do this 3 times, 15 back to school shopping tips and ways to save money. Tip number 1 is checking Staples online ads online. Do it at home instead of going into the stores. I like to do all my planning, by the way, ahead of time, just so you can be more efficient. But anyways, Staples ads are still available online. Staples can vary by city, so just check it. I'll link to it in the show notes in this video, so it'll redirect to where you're located. And on Staples ads, there are still loss leaders. Now, loss leaders are like the penny items that we used to see at Office Depot. They're basically super inexpensive items just to get the customer in the door into the physical store. And so Staples still has some loss leaders. They're not penny items, but they're super inexpensive. You can usually find them on the cover of the ad or on the second page. So 1 to page 3, you'll see it. Usually they're highlighted in yellow and they're really inexpensive items. Staples sales cycle goes from Sunday to Saturday. So, if you look at the ad on a Saturday, check again the next day. And usually they release their ads, the next week's ad by Thursday. So just do a search and just check it out. I actually haven't verified that. It's been like this for a few years, but I think that's still the case. And again, ads do vary by region, so don't necessarily, look at a site or a blog that talks about what's on sale at Staples. Do check your own ads because they can vary slightly, okay? Also, right now, Staples is offering free shipping with no minimum purchase, which is really amazing. And some of these super cheap items that's on sale is available as part of free shipping. Not everything, a lot of them, they do want you to come into the store to get them, but some of them you can actually get online. So for example, right now they have the composition notebook for just 50 cents and it's free shipping. It's free, I think it's like next day shipping or something like that, but really fast shipping. So you can like put a 50-cent item, in your cart and then get it shipped to your house. Okay, so for example, at this moment, I checked this morning, they currently, as their super cheap loss leader type items, they have 25-cent one subject notebooks. They have 33 cents for glue. They're the Staples brand glues. They also have a box of pens, 12 count, for 97 cents. It's pretty hot. And then this year, Office Depot, who typically do loss leaders in a massive way, they don't have their ads online anymore. So we don't know if that's gonna change as we proceed into back to school season, but as of now, no online ads. And I haven't checked in stores yet. So if you know, let me know in the comments. Tip number 2 is keeping an eye out for free shipping promotions, and just what is part of shipping. So I mentioned in the last tip, which I actually gave the example away in the last one, because I was rambling, kind of rambly, is that Staples currently have free shipping with no minimum purchase. And a lot of items that are on sale is part of free shipping. So for example, if you just needed that notebook, the composition notebook for 50 cents, if that's the only thing on your list and you don't need to physically go into the store, it's gonna save you a trip. And I am all for not having to go into a store because I hate wearing masks and I don't like being around a lot of people. So I'm all for free shipping. Okay, tip number 3, keep an eye out for coupons. I know this is it sounds so obvious, but sometimes it's not so obvious. Coupons sometimes on some sites are kind of hidden. And so what I do is if I know I'm gonna go to a certain store, you just type in the store/coupons. Most likely you're gonna end up on a page with coupons. So you can try it for staples.com/coupons, michaels.com/coupons. Just try that. Sometimes certain coupons are hidden in a site or different parts of a site. So for example, and I noticed this with Walgreens as well, but while I was looking at the Staples online ad yesterday, in the very bottom, so like the bottom of the ad, there was like a little like graphics for an additional coupon for saving 20% off on masks and hand sanitizer and I think gloves too. So that was not advertised anywhere else on the site. I could not find it, and actually clicking through it, the more detail of using this coupon is there's no coupon to use. You literally just show it to them in stores and just mention it at checkout. So like if you were already going to Staples to buy masks and hand sanitizer, which usually is not the first place people think of to buy those things, but if you were and you didn't know about it, you just end up paying whatever the price is. You could have saved an additional 20% off. So keep an eye out for that. I noticed this with Walgreens as well. Tip number 4 is remember to price match. Many retailers offer price matching. And even for me who like live and breathe deals, I will forget to do this sometimes, and then someone will remind me and I'm like, oh yeah, they can price match. So keep that in mind. Stores like Target will price match all the stores around it, like in its geographic area. So you can bring ads from Walgreens, you can bring ads from Office Depot if they had ads. You could bring Staples ads, they will price match it. And furthermore, the different office supply stores, so Staples and Office Depot, they will price match each other, right? Like even for online price too. So if there's like an online sale that's not even in the weekly ad, Office Depot will price match that. So keep that in mind. And also for online deals, if you are not going into a physical store, a lot of times you can price match as well by just opening a chat and just asking, do you guys offer price matching? A lot of retailers will do this. Target, I've done this at Target.com before. I've done this at Nordstrom. I haven't tried it in the office supply stores, but I have a feeling that they would honor that. So just remember to keep that in mind because, instead of making a whole bunch of different trips to all these different stores, because different stores are gonna have the cheapest prices for certain things compared to other stores, right? Like some stores might have the cheapest pencils or the cheapest pens or the cheapest highlighters. And so instead of going to a bunch of different stores, you might be able to knock them out by just going to one store. Tip number 5, don't forget the Dollar Tree. So the Dollar Tree has a huge selection of back to school stuff, and they have so many, like I just cannot believe how much cute stuff they have at the Dollar Tree. Not only are they cute, but they are high value stuff. And I am guessing, honestly, you can probably knock out all the stuff off your list by just going to the Dollar Tree. Serious. They have really stepped up their game in the last few years. Super impressed. Did you know, and this is nothing to do with back to school supplies, but did you know they have Barbie branded accessories at the dollar store? The last time I was there, they had the little Barbie babies with, I think, little diapers and stuff, and it was $1. The same item sells for $5 at Target. Tip number 6 is check out Walgreens weekly ad. Again, do this online at home so you know what's up, if it's worth going. And you could do this with other drugstores too. They will have promotions every single week for back to school, but Walgreens specifically just seems to have really great, easy to do back to school supply deals. Every single week, their sales cycle goes from Sunday to Saturday, and then you can preview the ad. The ad gets released the week before on a Thursday. So you can just go to walgreens.com, click on weekly ad, and then just see what is in your region. Again, they can vary by region, so do check it out online on your own and not necessarily just rely on another site to tell you what's on sale, okay? All right, so for example, for this week at the time of this recording, which will change by the time you watch this, but you can go, you're empowered now, you can go and check out the ad and go to the page. It's usually blue background, and see the office supplies. And then as a tip, before I give you the examples, for Walgreens specifically, Look for items that have a dollar sale instead of the percentage sale. The percentage sale are the buy one, get the second one for 50% off. Those ones tend to not be as good over at Walgreens, but like the dollar specific where there's a price tag on it and it's gonna be like that in all the stores regardless of the regular price, those are the good deals. So I don't even look at the percentages, honestly, just because prices could be so inflated, the regular price. And so anyway, so at the time of this recording, I found index cards and eraser caps, different multicolor eraser caps for 49 cents. I love those. I put those in the back of my kids' pencils and because they love like flipping their pencil around and like erase. So I always stock up on those. You can also get a pack of big highlighters for 99 cents after a $1 digital coupon. Digital coupons, there's a limit of one, so you can only buy one of these, but it's still, you know, if you're headed to Walgreens anyways, it's worth picking a pack of highlighters for 99 cents. We can all use those. I wouldn't get, so on the weekly ad this year, they had some Crayolas on sale. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't get that. So that's gonna be a lot more expensive than if you just went to Walmart or Target. They also have a pack of Elmer's glue for 79 cents. That's a good price for that brand. Individual highlighter, the fat highlighters and folders for $5 for $1. That works out to be 20 cents per item. That's pretty good. They also had some paper-made colored pens for 2 for $3. So that works out to be $1.50 each. And if you see the sale again, it's hot. And I love these pens, the colored pens, so nice. I'm gonna be like stocking up on that this week. Tip number 7 is a plug for myself. Check freestufffinder.com. I have a category that's pinned at the top called Back to School that's gonna filter all the back to school supply deals that is happening each day, including clothing. So we're gonna see a lot of, you know, deals on clothing, super cheap. I think there was like polo, kids polo for $3, like hello. Also, if you are on a mobile phone, the Free Stuff Finder app is going to be a lot more easier to use than just using a web browser, and there's a tab for back to school as well, and you can find it in the App Store. And also in the latest Free Stuff Finder iPhone app, and just depending on when you watch this, the Android will be available as well. We have a community section on there where you can see other people's hauls and deals that other people may have spotted that is, you know, not anywhere else. So that's like a good resource as well. And if you see anything cool, post it in the community section. Tip number 8 is signing up for retailer emails, store emails, just because a lot of promotions, they do send out over emails. Stores like CVS, for example, they send personalized emails with promotions, meaning you might get 40% off coupon and someone else might get 15%. And so you just never know. And it just doesn't hurt to have that, you know, in your inbox, because before I head out or before I buy anything, I always do a search in my inbox to see, oh, is there a coupon for this retailer or not? And also a lot of retailers, it's so popular now that they offer, you know, 10 to 15% off on your first purchase for new customers if you sign up for email. So I always like do that for pretty much most stores. Tip number 9 is check out Craigslist. I know this is like maybe not the first place you will look or think about when it comes to back to school supplies or even a lot of things actually. And but you know, with the state of the world and people being home for all of these months, lots of people are cleaning out their homes and cleaning out their garages and storages, and you just never know. So I did a quick search on my local Craigslist, and I did find a few posts with miscellaneous office school supplies that somebody posted, so you just never know. And then there's all these apps now, right? That's kind of like Craigslist that you can do a quick search on, like buying, selling apps. I don't remember all their names right now. Buying, selling apps. Oh yeah. So Close 5 is one, OfferUp is the other, and also there's always Nextdoor. Lots of people offer up free stuff on Nextdoor. So that's like a tip. So I would just do a search in all of those places. Tip number 10 is doing a supply sweep, kind of like an inventory. This might be obvious, or maybe not so obvious because I forget to do it every year. It's to do a sweep of your house, you know, because especially school supplies like pens and stuff, it gets lost all throughout the house. It gets scattered. And so you just feel like when you need a pencil, you just can't find any. And so you feel like, oh, I need to get like a lot of pencils. But do a sweep in all the different rooms and all the different areas where clutter tends to gather, and just gather everything and just see how many pencils you have, how many pens, and make a list of what you actually need. Because a lot of times after you do like sort of a sweep of what you actually have, you might realize that I don't need anything at all, right? Like especially, you know, me, I'm such a clearance hoarder and I get stuff every single year. I have big bins that I have forgotten about. And so doing a sweep, really a walkthrough of my storage and the different parts of my house where I have extra supplies was really helpful in realizing I don't need that much stuff. I'm just excited about the sale. And also, if we're not going back to school in the fall, like a physical school, you don't need to get backpacks. So there's things you could like just take off your list, right? You might not need to buy uniforms. Yeah, that's the other thing. Tip number 11 is to make a list. Again, it might seem obvious, but when you have a list and a clear plan, you go into the store focused, you get it done, and you leave, right? And you don't like overspend. For me personally, if I don't have a list or a clear plan of what I'm gonna do, I walk into a store completely scattered, and next thing you know, a few hours later, I walk out spending a few $100s on stuff that weren't even back to school. And then you come home and realize, because you buy stuff because it's cute. Very dangerous when you go to Target, especially. You walk out and it's like, wait, did I even buy highlighters? And then you realize you didn't actually get what you needed. So make a list. Tip number 12 is keeping an eye on Amazon. And if you see deals on Amazon, grab it quickly, because we've been seeing a ton of back to school supply deals that just go really, really quickly and that are super cheap, that are cheaper than what you could find even in physical stores or comparable prices. We post a lot of Amazon deals on Free Stuff Finder, so if you see one that is appealing to you, get it right away. This is especially true around Black Friday time, but it's also especially true now for back to school because they go really fast. Like yesterday, there was a deal for kids' scissors, $1.22 for a pack of 2, and literally 30 minutes later, it was gone, it was sold out. So promotions on Amazon are not only run by Amazon specifically, but also by the sellers themselves. So sellers for a particular brand or seller for an online store that sells certain stationery, they can run promotions as well. And because they know it's back to school season, and one of the ways, and I'm rambling off now, but it's important to know, I think, one of the ways for their products to show up higher in the search results on Amazon is to have lots of people buying it in a short amount of time. It's kind of like messing with their algorithm, for lack of better word. So they run these promotions and drop prices super, super low, and then we all jump on it and buy it, so that helps them and it helps us too, because we can score really cheap deals. So summarizing in this tip is, when you see a hot deal on Amazon, get it ASAP. Tip number 13 is go to Walmart. I know you guys, especially you guys watching this, a lot of you, I almost said most of you, a lot of you love Target. I love Target and we're very loyal to going to Target, but Walmart, for back to school especially, tends to have slightly cheaper prices. So that's just my experience. So if you're headed to one store, I would say either go to Walmart or go to the Dollar Tree. Tip number 14 is planning for next year. So what that means is when things go on clearance, and they will, after school is back, things will start to drop and they go on clearances and they get wiped out in the stores. I hope the schedule is gonna be the same this year. I think it will, but because I do wanna get it out of the store. So places like Target, for example, back to school supplies will drop all the way to 90%. Not everything drops to 90%, but seasonal stuff and stuff for back to school will drop to 90%. So when you see things at 70% and 90% and even 50%, right? Stock up for next year, think ahead. Things like pencil, Notebooks, they're not gonna expire. You're always gonna need them. Pens, maybe not stock up too much because the ink can dry up, but certain things you can stock up on, like pencils and rulers, you know, scissors. Scissors are always going missing in my house, so if I see a deal on scissors, I will buy multiple. And lastly, tip number 15. It's a very, very important tip. Leave children and husbands at home. I'm serious. It's very serious. I don't know, I think it's obvious, but you know, I've made the mistake of bringing my kids, both of them, and my husband with me into Target, and it is literally like torture, right? Because with your kids, they're just like bored always, right? They're always bored, and so they're just, they're bored, and so they're like bugging you and rushing you, and like just, you know, it's not fun. If you're a single parent and you don't have any other options, then, you know, I feel for you. But if you do have options, someone who can help watch your kids, even trade it with a friend, right? Like if you don't have someone to watch your kids, like maybe trade with a friend and you guys take turns watching each other's kids and while the other person can go shopping. And then not bringing husbands or significant others, that's an obvious one, right? Because they will rush you and you will get stressed out, and then you just end up buying like whatever. So set yourself up for success. So those are the 15 tips for back to school supply shopping for 2020. I hope that was helpful. So leave a comment for me and let me know if you have any other tips or anything else. And then as always, I'm going to be picking a winner from people that comment underneath this video in the next week. And I'm gonna be sending a free stuff finder, little bracelet to you, and other surprises. If you're brand new, head on over to freestufffinder.com for the latest deals and freebie offers that is posted every single day, and sign up for email alerts while you're over there to get handpicked deals sent to your inbox. If you have a smartphone, make sure to download the Free Stuff Finder mobile app, which is in the App Store. There's a lot more features on best ways to browse the latest deals that way. Also, to get notified for urgently hot deals, sign up for text alerts. You can do that by sending me a text. You can find the current phone number over at freestufffinder.com/alert, and I can link to it right here. And if you are brand new to my channel, make sure to hit subscribe and tap the little bell for notification to let you know when new videos come out, and I will see you next time. Bye. I don't remember all their names right now. Buying, selling apps. 1UP, 7UP, or something. Let me look. Oh yeah, so Close 5 is one, Offer Up is the other, and also